Hey, hi, hello. Welcome back to another weekly reading vlog. It's 7 a.m. I just woke up. It is Sunday. What even is the date? December 19th. So it's the week before Christmas. I'm tired. Yesterday was my big family's Christmas party, so that's a pretty much all-day event. It's so much fun. It's my favorite day of the year. I only work Monday and Tuesday and half of Wednesday, and then I have my Christmas party on Wednesday night, and then I have like a bunch of doctor's appointments on Thursday. So I don't know how much of that you want to see. What am I going to be reading this week? So I am currently in the middle of 2 books. I am about 18% through Rhythm of War by Brandon Sanderson. This is my first time reading it, and I am really enjoying it. Although I do have a few thoughts as to why I'm going a lot slower with this one than I have ever gone with any of the previous ones. And I guess I'll say it really quickly because it's quick. It's quick. The beginning starts out with a lot of fight scenes, and while yes, that's high action and it pulls you in, I genuinely don't care about fight scenes, and I don't like necessarily reading about them, especially not in the beginning of books. I don't necessarily mind when authors do like a fight scene to start the story and then like quickly move on, but this seems to be like a few different battle scenes that characters are having throughout the whole beginning of the work. I know the book is called Rhythm of War, so like the war is going to be becoming more and more important to the story. Stormlight Archives, there's a war going on the entire time, but it is a little bit on the back burner for a lot of the story. So this one though, it is very much in your face. It's a war happening. And I am not planning on finishing it in 2021. My goal is to finish it in January. I actually have 6 books I want to finish before the end of the year. And if I get those, I will have read 165 books. Anyways, I had to move because my neighbor decided to start playing TikToks right outside my window and didn't seem to be going anywhere anytime quickly. So I have 6 books on the roster that I want to read before the end of the year. The other book that I'm currently reading is one of those, and then I guess I'll take you through the ones I think I'm going to get to this week. So I am still currently reading, I say that as if you know anything. I am currently reading the first book in the Zodiac Academy series, which is like a huge thing on TikTok. And it's definitely making me question some of the choices that TikTok has given me. Out of all of the books that I've read from like people on TikTok recommending them, not authors on TikTok recommending them, I've only really enjoyed one of them. And there's definitely a specific theme that I'm starting to see in all of the books that I didn't enjoy from TikTok. And this one is exactly the same. So the Zodiac Academy series, well, at least book 1, is about these 2 twins born underneath Gemini, human born, find out that they were changelings, that they're actually fae, and are sent off to this magical zodiac themed school where they're going to learn how to take care of their abilities. And then they also, while they're there, find out that they are the daughters of the previous royalty, and so that once they finish school, they're going to be forced into being, I'm guessing, queens of this land, and that there are other people currently in power, and those people have kids at this school, and those kids, of course, are all boys and hate that their power is going to be taken away. There's lots of magic. There's lots of zodiac stuff, which as someone who does not really like care about astrology, I think it's totally fine if you want to do it, but I don't put any precedent into it at all. Characters like walking up on page and being like, oh, I made that choice because I'm such a Sagittarius, is like the last thing I want to be reading. There's also, of course, a lot of the alpha bullshit that any like fae book has to have. And then what's really weird is the fae have like different, I don't even know what to call it, but like groupings. And so some of the fae are vampires, and some of them are shapeshifters, and some of them are more shapeshifters, but they're shapeshifters with humanoid forms after they shapeshift, whereas there are some that like shapeshift just into animals. Pretty much everyone in this world is really cruel and really awful, and I can get behind the cruel and awful. I think it's kind of funny. The way their cruelty and their awfulness comes out almost always seems to be in a sexual nature. Like there's this one character who hates one of our main girls, and the way that he like shows his dominance with her is he just keeps like touching her hair and putting his hands on her body and like getting like really up in her business. And she finally asked him like, why do you keep doing this? You hate me. Like, what the hell's going on? And he's like, this is how I show dominance. And and I lost my shit. So I'm pretty much reading at this point because I hate it. But I will say, while I'm hating it and it is awful and it's super cringy, it's fun. It is fun. I would not recommend this to a single person, to be honest, but I'm not hating myself while I'm reading it, and I'm getting through it pretty quickly. I'm a little bit past the 30% mark, I think close to 35. I do have a package here, and that is going to be my other book for this week. I was not planning on reading this week, but the Zodiac Academy is going really quickly, and I actually just finished, this is a sequel, I just finished the first book in the series. Was it yesterday, I think? Instantly bought this one, and I'm so excited that I got it. Ooh, this is so pretty already. I don't know where the first book in the series went. Oh my god, that's so funny. I'll explain the funniness in just a second. This is the Mime Order. This is the second book in Samantha Shannon's The Bone Season series. I think there's going to be 7 books in the series, and I just want to, yes, okay, I just wanted to make sure that I actually ordered the second one and not the third one, because I was having a hard time with that, but this is the second one. The reason why I said, oh my god, this is so funny, is let me go get my first copy. I got both of these used, and both of them came from libraries. I did take the plastic protection cover off of this one because I didn't love I don't love the plastic sound, nor do I like the glare. So I'm gonna do the same thing here, and then I'm gonna go and take all the stickers off. Tonight I might read The Pale Dreamer, which is the novella that goes between these 2 books. I don't know what it's about or anything, but I have it on my phone, so I'm gonna be reading it that way. I'm gonna go do my nails now. A friend showed me how to do the dip nails, and my stuff came in like super late last night, so I'm gonna go take care of my nails, clean them up a little bit, and then do them. And I guess I'll show you that, because that I feel like is something that's kind of interesting to see, and I'll at least do like one nail with you. Okay, so I want to show you before I do it. This is the set I got, so it comes with all of these colors, and this is what the outside looks like. A friend at work had it, and she said that when she did it, it dried her nails like really quickly, and that she didn't have to like have all this wait time after her nails dried. And then 2, because it's supposed to help strengthen your nails a lot. So I have really weak, flimsy fingernails that I've been trying to grow out longer for years now, and this is about as long as I can get them most of the time. So I'm hoping that this will just help. Okay, so I haven't decided fully which colors I'm gonna do well, okay. I know the main color I'm gonna do. If I do an accent, I don't totally know what it's gonna be. So I'm gonna start with this one, which says 38 on the top, and I'm gonna just take you through the first step. I think we're gonna start with my pinky, because that's pretty small, and if I mess up, I don't have nail polish remover. It smells kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie. Not necessarily bad, just not necessarily good. Oh, I did spill slightly. And then I'm supposed to take the brush, which I didn't prepare. That's fun. Back into the pot. There's some like chips and dents and missing spots, but I have to do it again anyways. So I'm gonna do that again now that you've seen it, and I'll show you what it looks like at the end. Okay, I finished my nails. I did these ones, this like maroon color, and then these ones are like this sparkly white. I didn't realize that the sparkly ones, and my thumbs are sparkly too, I didn't realize the sparkly ones were going to be kind of see-through, so in the future I might do like a bottom coat in like a white or like a nude, and then do the sparkly over top. I don't know. The sparkly aren't as smooth as the other ones, but they're fine. It probably took me about the same amount of time that it would to paint my normal nails, but these are instantly dry. So like as I do one, it's dry, so I don't even have to worry about like smudging it or hitting it on anything. And I started to get into the pattern of doing like certain steps together so that I could kind of like assembly line it and get through it really quickly. Freaking strong, like I can't bend them at all, and normally my nails are super duper flexible. Okay, so I'm trying to take all the stickers off of the Mime Order, and it's not working super well, and I realized I'm completely out of Goo Gone. So our local Dollar Tree is less than a mile away from my house, and I hate walking to stores, but I love walking, so I'm gonna try to get over this fear, and I'm gonna walk there, and I'm gonna pick up my Goo Gone, because it's literally just $1. Just got back. I'm actually very sweaty. I forgot about the fact that it wouldn't be like shaded for part of the walk, and it's like 85 out right now. But it doesn't matter because I'm gonna go sit on the porch in my swing chair that my parents got me. I don't think I've shown it to you guys yet, but my parents got me this really cool Papazon type chair that like neither store had it. I decided to stop at the pharmacy first because it was like on my side of the road and they didn't have any Google Hunt, and then the dollar store didn't have any, and so I came back. And I want to explain my comment earlier where I was saying I don't like walking to the store. So the road that I have to walk on to get to any store, I wouldn't call the main one busy, but I actually took a picture of it for you here, and it's like one lane each way, and it has like lots of schools and churches and stuff on it, so it's used a lot by people. And then I have to cross what is one of our busiest streets in order to get to the dollar store, and so that one I don't love crossing just because of how busy it is. The main reason why I don't care about how busy it is, it's the fact that every single time I walk on the road, I get honked at or I get like catcalled or something. And it happened again today. Someone like slowed down and was like, "Hey babe, you want to ride?" And I was like, headphones, not gonna pretend I don't hear you. It's just annoying and I hate it. I brought my water bottle with me and I drank almost the whole entire thing. I was gone for almost an hour. My Fitbit was like, "You're working out great." So I got home from work today, happy Monday, and I instantly sat on my porch and finished Zodiac Academy. I'm shooketh. I read that book in 3 days. And according to my phone, it's like 500 pages, but it's like pages on my phone. So it's not actually 500 pages. I don't know actually how long the book is because it doesn't have it listed on Goodreads. The ending was great, by the way. I wasn't expecting it to be that good. Okay, Amazon says it's 434 pages long. Did I enjoy the book? Yes. Was it a good book? No, absolutely not. Super cringy, super overly dramatic, not even like well written. Characters weren't even that great. I kind of liked our main two girls, but I had a really hard time telling them apart. Was the plot good? No, it was pretty much non-existent. The whole entire book is like 2 weeks at a school. Would I recommend it to anyone? Absolutely not. But did I have an absolutely amazing time? Heck yeah. Will I be reading more of these books? Yes. Am I telling you to read it? No, don't go read these books. Don't go read them. I'm really conflicted about what I'm gonna rate it. It's either gonna be a 2.5 or a 3 star. Am I insane? I'm leaning towards a 3 star. Anyways, I'm gonna take some time to think about what I'm gonna rate that. But I do have a package and I know what it is, but it's exciting. It's a book, so let's open it here. Yeah, so I saw on this thrift book site app that I have on my phone that someone had put Ship of Magic on there, and I want to read Ship of Magic in the next coming year, so I decided to get it because I could use like credits for it, so it's technically like free for me. Like I traded a book for it basically. I'm a little nervous about it because I think Robin Hobb, her writing is really slow and dense, and so I'm not exactly excited about that, but I could trade it in when I'm done if I don't like it, right? I'm gonna go rate Zodiac Academy on my phone on Goodreads. I downloaded the prequel, which is the freaking boys from the series, the same exact story but told from the boys' perspective, and I might start that tonight. It's even longer than this book. This one was like 540 pages on my phone, and that one's like 755 pages on my phone. Heck. Tonight I might just sit and read The Pale Dreamer tonight because that'd be easy and I could knock that out. It's like 5 chapters. But then I also downloaded the sequel to Zodiac Academy on my phone, so I'm not gonna start that. Maybe next week. Hi, it's Tuesday after work. I've been making a dent the Rhythm of War, which is good. I'm a little bit over 25% done with it right now, and I have officially decided that I think I'm gonna try to finish it before the end of December. I also decided today that this is going to be a 2-week vlog. You're gonna see everything through the holidays, so it might be a little bit longer than a weekly vlog. I have too many videos that I need to get out over the next few weeks, just with all of the different stats videos and everything, that it can't have 2 weekly vlogs in a row. I need to have one of them be something else. That's exciting. That means that you're gonna get to see me for all of the holidays, Christmas, and bit of New Year's. I'll probably stop the vlog right after New Year's so that I can edit up this video. I'm so excited about all the videos that are coming out in the next 2 weeks. There's like 5 of them coming out between now and January 1st. And then this will be the first video in January, I believe. Yes, this will be my first video that comes out in 2022, which will be really, really exciting. Hopefully you like it as well. And the main focus of this video is going to be talking about all the books I read up until the end of the year, which I will tell all of them to you right now since I only told some of them to you earlier. So I mentioned Rhythm of War, I mentioned Zodiac Academy. I have finished Zodiac Academy. I am officially rating it at 2.5. Rhythm of War is going really, really well. Whenever I'm listening to it, I listen to lots of it and I basically marathon it. But whenever I'm not listening to it, I generally don't feel like picking it back up again, which is pretty normal, I feel like, with super long books like that, because I feel like there's some part of me that gets like wrapped up into the idea of like I need to make progress, and when the book is that large, like listening for an hour doesn't do anything. I'm slowly making my way through. I figured out how much I need to listen to every single day in order to finish it up by the end of the year, including taking Christmas Day off. So it's not that much. It's like just over 2 hours, which is nothing. I can totally do that. And I've been listening a little bit more than 2 hours every single day. Now, I also hope to read both The Pale Dreamer, which is a novella I'm hoping to read tonight. I've already told you about that. And then The Mime Order, which will be my next physical read after I pick up Pale Dreamer. So either tonight or tomorrow, hopefully I'll be picking that book up, because I was supposed to pick it up like Monday, but I've been stalling. And then I'm really hoping to listen to the audiobook for Nemesis Games, which is the 5th book in the Expanse series, which is the Leviathan Wake series. I have it on hold from my library, so I really want to listen to it now, but since it's kind of long and Rhythm of War is really, really long, we're just gonna have to see, but I'm not really in the mood for any audiobooks at the moment, so. And then there's this manga that me and my friend hope to read together that I probably won't mention again on this channel because it's kind of a joke that we're doing together, so there's no point in me like discussing it with you, but we thought it'd be really funny if we ended the year reading the same exact book, because we'll have the same exact number of books read, and the manga that we picked, there's like a weird inside joke about it with the two of us. I also do hope to start The Eye of the World. I'm kind of thinking about starting that either this Thursday or Friday, which is why I need to get a go on with the Mime Order, because it's Tuesday, and if I want to start that Thursday or Friday, then I need to like finish the Mime Order and Pale Dreamer by then. We're gonna go on a walk in this wonderful gloomy weather. Also, one of my nails completely chipped off. I told you I would update you guys on it. It was supposed to be red. I like barely dented it, and then anxiety, I chipped it completely off with my other fingers. Sorry about the bathroom fan. I just got home from my work meeting, completely changed, put my hair up, was about to take my makeup off, and then I realized this is the first time I've worn makeup since March, so I feel like you guys should get to see it. I really like how I look with makeup, so I try not to wear it because I want to genuinely like what my face looks like without it, and I do genuinely like how my face looks without it, but every single time I start wearing makeup again and then I stop, because this is not the first time in my life that I've gone months without wearing it. It's a thing I do every once in a while where I genuinely like on purpose go long periods of time without wearing makeup to like be more okay with my face. And every single time I start that process, it's so hard. It's so hard to like look in the mirror and not just be like, oh, I like how I look, but to like genuinely mean it. Anyways, that was a really random rant. It's something that I do every few years where I just basically take a year off of wearing makeup to get used to who I am and to be more okay with myself. And I'm probably coming up close to the time period where I'm going to go back to wearing makeup every single day. So get ready for that, my dudes. I just got back from my Christmas party, my work Christmas party, and it was absolutely okay. I'm really glad I went. I'll go again in the future, but let's be real. There were other things I would have chosen to do before that. So now though starts my week and a half, I think it's like 11 days off from work. So I'm off now, which is the 22nd, it's my dad's birthday, until January 3rd. Hi, it's Thursday. I just got back from getting my blood taken from me and then, you can't see it, going grocery shopping. I'm home for like a few minutes, unload, and then I have to go to the chiropractor, and then from there I have to try to find some stocking stuffers, which I don't even know what I'm gonna get. And then from there I have another appointment this evening. Today's gonna be a busy day. It's gonna be a real busy day. While all of this is going on, I'm listening to Rhythm of War whenever I'm driving, and I'm reading The Pale Dreamer whenever I am like waiting at an appointment or anything. I'm tired. Last night, my neighbors, between 9 and midnight, their car alarm went off 8 times. It went off every 30 minutes. And I contemplated murdering one of them. My neighbors, I don't talk about it on my channel, but my friends know, are very loud, and they like to be very loud at night. But a car alarm, you think after like 2 times of it going off, you'd go out there and be like, why does my car alarm keep going off? But no. I did start The Pale Dreamer last night, and I'm close to 50% through it. It's absolutely okay. I don't really like short stories. I'm reading it because it's short and because I need to like have another book to read before the end of the year, and I thought this would be a good one since I just read The Bone Season, and it's not bad. It's just, this is not my cup of tea. Good evening. It's still Thursday, but now it's nighttime. I've been doing a lot of reading today. I finished The Pale Dreamer. I gave it a 3-star. It was absolutely okay. It was just kind of a prequel to The Bone Season. It did help me understand some of the world a little bit better. Just kind of mediocre, which I knew it was gonna be. Again, I only read it because it's short and I needed some books at the end of this year, right? And then I decided to pick up Wheel of Time, The Eye of the World. I think I'm 45 pages in right now. I am annotating as I go. No tabs, just kind of writing in my book. And I'm really, really enjoying it so far. It reminds me a lot of Stormlight, Lord of the Rings. And then I'm getting some John Gwynne vibes. If you've read Malice, which is the only book I've actually finished by John Gwynne, it's similar to that, and I think that's just because of the like coming of age vibes that the book has. I don't know the plot, to be honest, yet, but young boy in a town starting to learn that the world is bigger than he thought, kind of an idea. There's this mystery of magic, this grandness to the magic that is kind of unexplained to our main character for a long time, but we get this prequel look into it, and then we're given the rest of the book where we're not really explained anything to until near the end. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I don't know if I'm gonna read any more of it tonight just because I'm kind of vibing with Rhythm of War right now. I'm listening to it while I'm chilling out in bed, and I don't necessarily want to switch because I'm gonna try to not switch between the two as much as possible because they are very similar and I don't want to have any issues with that. I don't think I will because I've never had problems with mixing up books in the past, like books that aren't in the same world. Don't think it's gonna happen this time, but they are similar, and I know that like Robert Jordan and Brandon Sanderson have very similar writing styles, so I want to be aware of that. So I'm putting this down for tonight, but I will be reading some more of it tomorrow, which tomorrow is Christmas Eve, and then I'm also going to see Spider-Man tomorrow, which is really exciting, and I'm going over to my parents' house, and I'm gonna spend the night at their house tomorrow night and stay there for a good chunk of Christmas Day, but I don't think I'll be there much past lunchtime on Christmas Day. So I went over to my parents' house for Christmas Day and we had a really good time. This is from the night before Christmas Eve, and I just wanted to show off the 2 little trees that they have because they're super cute. The next morning I got up and I made us all breakfast. It was French toast, bacon, strawberries. It was so freaking good. And then Mom and I sat down and did a puzzle, went on a walk, worked out. It was really, really fun. But then I got really tired, so I laid on the floor while I sat and watched my parents cook a meal. It was really delicious. They made dinner, and then we had like appetizers for lunch since we were having such big meals the rest of the time. And then my brother, sister-in-law, and nephew came over and we unwrapped presents. We did a Secret Santa this year, so my nephew got gifts and it was fine, but the adults all did a Secret Santa, so each of us only got one gift, and it was something that was like perfectly tailored to you because your Secret Santa had gotten a list from you, and actually was really great and worked out perfectly. And I'm so glad we did it, and I hope that we do it again in the future because, like, as adults, Christmas is just a different time of year, and you don't really need a ton of things, and you don't necessarily want to be spending all of your money on things that you don't need or someone else doesn't even want, and it worked out really great. But now I'm home. It is actually Monday. I didn't film anything yesterday. Most of my day was just reading Rhythm of War and then filming for other videos that are going to be coming out on my channel. And then this morning I woke up, I had 2 hours of Rhythm of War left, and I sat in bed and I finished it. So that's been knocked off my list, and I've completely changed all the books I think I want to read for the end of the year. But I'll talk to you guys about that later. Let's talk about Rhythm of War right now. So I ended up rating it a 4 out of 5 stars, which is my lowest rating for a Stormlight book yet. It definitely was my least favorite, but I still loved it and I still really, really enjoyed it. So just to update you all, I rated book 1 and 2 both a 5 stars. I rated book 3 a 4.5, and then I rated Rhythm of War a 4-star. It just didn't have as big of an emotional oomph for me at the end like most of them do, which brings me up into a 5-star rating. It was amazing. Like, I don't want you guys to think that I didn't absolutely love it. I did. It just wasn't as good as the first few in the book. And there was like a lot of emotion at the end, but I felt constantly like I wanted to cry, but I wasn't emotionally impacted enough to cry. So I'm considering picking up the sequel to Not Even Bones, which is Only Ashes Remain. It is a YA dystopian, and I read the first one last month, and I really, really loved it, really enjoyed it a lot. I was gonna wait and pick up book 2 in January, but I played TBR Bingo yesterday. It's not Bingo anymore. TBR Opoly yesterday, and it didn't make it on the list. So I'm like, I could start it now then, technically. Anyways, I just went to, you're shaking, sorry, Barnes & Noble. I went in for one book, but I knew I was gonna buy more because it's the whole entire 50% off hardbacks. I just didn't know what I was gonna be getting. And I am going shopping on Thursday, so I felt kind of bad being like, oh, I'm gonna go book shopping today and on Thursday, but I specifically wanted the new edition of Leviathan Wakes, which it's on bottom. I grabbed the last one in the store. I'm gonna go home and I'll show you everything that I got, and then we'll discuss the book that I started instead of any of the ones I've already told you about. Okay, I'm back, and it's time to do our Barnes & Noble haul. I picked up Shards of Earth by Adrian Chachowski. I have the audiobook for this, and I have Children of Time and Children of Ruin by this author, but I haven't read any of his books yet. I'm pretty convinced I'm gonna love this one more than the other two, mainly because I think that this one is just dealing with topics that I'm gonna like a little bit more than the other, Children of whatever you want to call them. The next two go together, and that is the second and third book in the Age of Madness series by Joe Abercrombie. So that is The Trouble with Peace and The Wisdom of Crowds. So I have only read The Blade itself. I loved it so much that I'm willing to go ahead and buy any book written by Joe Abercrombie at this point. And I actually don't own any physical copies of any of his other books. I am considering moving on and reading before they're hanged really soon, like in the next week. But now I realize my Joe Abercrombie collection is going to have to be hardbacks, so that is a little bit sad. These are gorgeous, and I can't wait to get my collection for The Blade itself and Before They're Hanged and whatever the next one's called. And now finally I can show you the beautiful edition of Leviathan Wakes. This is the 10th year anniversary edition. I do have the paperback, which I love, and that's the one that I read and highlighted and marked up, but I've been wanting this since it came out because it is gorgeous, just so pretty. And I know that when you open it up, it has like a map of the galaxy, which that other book doesn't have. And then if you open it up even more, the dust jacket is the first book's cover, which is super cool. Just love this. I honestly don't know if I'm going to show it with the dust jacket or without the dust jacket. Either way, I'm not going to lose. This was the last copy they had, so it does have like a ding up at the top, but I don't even care. Like, this is so gorgeous. I love this hot pink color. There were these like big dudes hanging out in the sci-fi section, so I wasn't able to like look super well, and then they moved and I found the last copy, and I'm so excited to finally own this. This is one of my favorite books I read this year. If you haven't checked out the Expanse series, I highly recommend that you do. And Leviathan Wakes turned 10 this year, and then the 9th book in the series also came out this year. I thought about getting the 9th one while I was there because it was also on sale, but I really think I want to wait until it's a paperback to get it because it's going to take me a little bit to get there because I'm only in book, yeah, I'm currently about to start book 5, so that means I have 4 or 5 months until I get to the next one because I'm trying to read them one a month. So I never told you what book I started, which, my fault completely. Am I zoomed in? I don't know why that keeps happening. I decided that my next audiobook was going to be Sephiroth's Hand, which there were a few reasons why I picked this one up, but the main reason is the oldest book on my owned TBR pile, and I've been pushing it off for about 1.5 years now since I bought it. And I really wanted to go into 2022 with as few books that I bought in 2020 as possible, which right now I have that one, I have Elantris, which I'll be reading in January, and I have the Ikassar Falcon, which I don't know when I'm going to be reading that book because I think I need to reread the first book. So I decided to pick this one up. I was still like really into a high epic fantasy mood, so it was like a perfect pick for me, and I'm loving it. I'm really, really enjoying it. I'm only like 3 chapters in, but the chapters are kind of long, so I think I'm like 8% into the audiobook, and I've only met a few of our characters so far. I really don't understand fully what the plot is going to be, but there's definitely this one guy who is like the prince of this realm that I'm following, who seems to be like some type of chosen one, but he doesn't know, and there are lots of different people that are hunting him down and trying to get him, and there are some people who are like just trying to kill him, and there are some people who are trying to like capture him and use him, kind of a thing. Because I think he's gonna have some type of control over magic that no one else has. I also just started following this other perspective that I have no clue how he's going to connect into the story of our first guy, Ian, but Trell, is it Trell or is it Trello? Has like amnesia, has no memories from before 5 years ago when he like showed up at the doorstep of this palace, and he is at war. That's all I know about him. The prologue was actually really, really good. I don't like prologues. This one slapped. We had two perspectives in the prologue. The first one was this like older guy who was learning about like this magic that had been reawoken and was sending one of his shade servants off to capture the prince. And we know from where I'm at now that that shade does have the prince and is trying to get him to this guy safely. Then the other perspective was this girl who had accidentally like listened in on her father, who was a king, I believe, at some kind of court thing. And she had been really shocked about how angry her father was that she had like accidentally listened in on things. When she went back to get something from him, found him dead. And I don't know, it was just really good. And I really enjoyed the first chapter. It's very predictable so far. Like if you've read a lot of high epic fantasy, there's nothing new yet, but I really haven't been introduced to the magic system. And I know that the magic system is based on patterns. And I believe that there are like 5 different patterns, or like somehow there are like unique patterns that some people like can't get, whereas other people can. And so I'm really curious to know more about it. So I will be taking this book into January, which means tomorrow I'm probably gonna drop it to pick up a shorter audiobook, because I have 3 more books that I need to read, one of which will be the manga, one of which I'm hoping to be an audiobook, and then one will be, I'll show you, The Eye of the Worlds. So I wasn't sure that this one was going to be my third read, one of my final reads for this year, because I just wasn't sure how fast I was gonna be able to get through it. I read about 100 pages of it today. I'm now at page 125 and I'm loving it, and it's reading so quick. Like, I'm flying through it. I honest to God don't think I spent much more than an hour reading this today to get to the 100 pages that I read. I don't know, I didn't clock myself, and I don't usually clock myself reading when I'm having like this good of a time, but I'm really enjoying it, and I'm annotating it like heavily. I'm annotating it on TikTok, so if you want to go watch that, you can. I haven't been on TikTok in like 2 months, and so I was like, you know what, we're just gonna do something easy. We're gonna do me annotating this book. I'm really, really enjoying it. So I don't think I've talked to you guys about this at all. I went into this book knowing nothing about it, and I'm really, really glad I did. I don't know if I'll be watching the TV show or not. I'm kind of like on the fence about that, but I will be continuing on with this series. I'm really digging this. This is the book about a character named Rand, and he is like a little farm boy. I think he's like 16. I'm not totally sure about his age, to be honest. And his hometown, small, think very Hobbit-esque, but they're humans, Shire town gets attacked, and this magical person happened to be in the town at the time, and she saved the town, and now she's saying that Rand has to go on a journey with her to keep the town safe. That's all I know so far. To be fair, that information is up until page like 120, so I won't be telling you any more spoilers. It is like very slow plotted, but the pacing is quick. I don't know how to explain that. Like, nothing is happening in the plot. There were like a whole 3 pages where I just read about Rand's chores when he got home for the day. He like went and sheared the sheep, and then he milked the cow, and then he collected the eggs, and then he chopped the lumber, and then he came inside and worked. Like, it was slow. There was nothing happening, but I'm reading it so freaking fast. I don't know. So there's actually 770 pages in this book, so I think I can get through it in the next few days. It's just gonna be a matter of I need to sit down and focus. I am kind of in a foul mood tonight. I haven't talked to you guys in a few days. It is Wednesday, December 29th, and we just got back from my dad's birthday dinner, and it just wasn't super great, unfortunately. But I wanted to come and talk to you because I have some exciting news. So this update will probably be really quick, and don't worry, tomorrow is going to be a fun day. So yesterday I went, and let's see if I can show you. I went and got my rook pierced right there. Hopefully I'm on camera. If not, I'll put some pictures up now. So I've been wanting to get it pierced for basically since the beginning of 2020, but I was kind of on the fence about it in January, and then by March we were wearing masks constantly, and I didn't want to have a new ear piercing with masks, because even though this one doesn't go into the back, I can still, it hurts to touch my ear. So I actually almost went and did it last Wednesday after my Christmas party at work, because I was in a kind of a bad mood then, and I was like, I really want to go do it. It's been something I've been wanting to do for a while. This would be great because then it has times to heal before I go back to work. And that way if I'm like sleeping poorly, it doesn't matter. But I chickened out because I really wanted someone to go with me. I haven't actually had my ear pierced when I've been on my own, and I knew that this was going to be a lot bigger. So I do have my conch pierced, and that didn't hurt at all, but I was worried this one was going to affect me and then I wouldn't be able to drive home. It wasn't the issue, but I had a friend who wanted to hang out this week, so I said, hey, I actually want to go get my ear pierced. Would you go with me? And she went with me last night. So today is about 24 hours into it, and it definitely hurt. It hurt more than my conch. So my conch piercing didn't hurt at all when I got it done. Out of these, one of these hurt. It was the second one. So the first one I didn't feel anything, and then the second one, because my ear was already irritated, it did hurt. When I got my upper cartilage done on this side, it stung, but barely, like nothing to write home about. But the rook hurt. When he did it, I like felt some pressure and kind of a pop. And I was like, okay, it wasn't unbearable. But as soon as he was done, like my ear has been in pain since he did it. And it's not like horrible, unreasonable, worst pain of my life, but it's like a pretty consistent stinging feeling. I guess stinging is not quite the right word. It was stinging at first, now it's kind of a dull throb. But I'm so happy with it. I love it. I think it's so cute. I'm so glad I did it. Anyways, let's talk about some books. So I am currently reading I'm currently reading 3 books. Yes, I did update you that I had started Seth Rail's Hand. I haven't listened to any of it since the other day. I did find that it was actually too similar to Wheel of Time for me to keep them separate, because the magic system both works off of using the word pattern. So I was like, okay, I gotta put this down for a little bit, but that was fine because I wasn't planning on finishing it before the end of 2021 anyways. So then I decided to pick up Only Ashes Remain, which I told you I was going to pick up. I did. I am 50% through it right now. I'm loving it. I'm loving it so much. It's probably gonna be a 5-star. I'm enjoying it just as much as the first one, if not maybe a little bit more. I can't even really talk about this because anything I tell you about book 2 is kind of a spoiler for book 1, but it's so different from book 1. But what I really, really love is we have these dark characters. They are just morally gray characters, and they're okay with it. Like I'm talking murder, torture, hurting people, and they're absolutely fine with it because it's getting them what they need in life, and it's giving them a step ahead, and it's protecting them and their friends or family. So we're following this group of characters who are all called unnaturals, and so they basically are like myths or legends that we've heard about anywhere from across the world, and they have these like magical abilities, and humans want to kill them, hunt them. Black market people want to chop them up and sell their body parts so that other people can like eat their body parts and hopefully have their magical abilities. And regular people just want them gone because a lot of these unnatural creatures eat humans to survive. So it's YA, it's dystopia, it's so good. There's a little bit of romance, but it's not the main focus of the story, but it's super duper cute when it is there. It has super family trust issues. It gets dark without it being like uncomfy, gory, bloody. And I just really love how willing our characters are to do what they need to do to get where they need to go in life. It's nice. It's really good. I really like this author. This is only the second book I've read by her, but I would definitely check out other books by her. And one of the things that really sticks out to me as super impressive by it is it's so international. It's very much not America United States centric. Book 1 took place, where was it? Somewhere in South America, and most of the characters spoke Spanish. Almost all of the characters had darker skin. The second book takes place in Canada, and it's really interesting because it's almost like they flipped the script, because now we're still following our main girl who is biracial. Her mother was white, her father was Chilean, and so she takes after him. She has very dark skin like him, and one of the people that they team up with in this book, well, there's 2 other people that they're kind of teaming up with right now. Both of them have dark skin, but one of the girls is from Iran. And so they're seeing all kind of anti-Muslim people in Canada, which is interesting because you don't hear people talk about the fact that Canada is very racist. So I wouldn't say like it's a huge focus of the book, but I would say that this book feels so much to me not America-centric, and I can feel it. Like, the myths and legends that are told are not American, like European is what I'm trying to say, because there are some like myths and legends from Native American different groups, but it's not so much European-centric. There are a few myths, there are a few cultures represented from Europe, but it's not the main focus, and I just freaking love it. I think she did such a good job. The other thing that I am reading is The Eye of the World, Wheel of Time. I am officially on page 232. I am hoping to finish this by Friday, and it's Wednesday night, and there's 800 pages, so I don't know how I'm gonna do that, to be honest, because I have like half a day tomorrow and then like half a day Friday, and then that's it. So if I get to a certain point in Friday where I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish it, I will be picking up like a graphic novel to get that final book that I need for this. I'm really enjoying this. I've already read 100 pages today because I was at page 130 when I woke up this morning. I'm hoping to get at least another 70 pages, if not another 100 before I go to bed, which I don't think will be that big of an issue because it's only 7 and I've been staying up until about 11 every single night. I'm going to try and basically just read this until I fall asleep. Honest to God though, the plot is like super lacking. It reminds me so much of Lord of the Rings, not in a bad way. I'm not bashing it. I think Lord of the Rings came first before this, but I've also noticed some influences through that this has influenced in other books. Specifically, I noticed Malice. I think I mentioned that already. I noticed the Lycanius trilogy. I noticed some Aragon today. It's just fantastic to finally read the book that like influenced all the other fantasy that I've loved. Basically, the plot right now is a bunch of country bumpkins meet up with this magic wielding woman and her sidekick, and this like awful being is hunting these kids, and they don't really know which kid is being hunted, so she takes the group of them and she's taking them to this place where they're supposed to be safe. I am, what, 230 pages in, right? And they've like been a week out of this, like they're still traveling. It's not a fast book. I get to take you all on a fun bookshop tour. I'm going to Orlando to look at thrift bookshops, so I'm really excited about that. I can't believe I actually thought I was going to film anything. Yesterday, I went to the big bookstore in Orlando. I went to 3 used bookstores with a friend, and then I went to the big Barnes & Noble there, and I got 4 books. No, I didn't film a single thing for you all. I meant to. The 2 that I bought new are Velocity Weapon, which I do have the audiobook for already, and it is part of my sci-fi exploration that I'm doing, so I'm really excited to be picking this one up. Other book I picked up new is Echoes and Empires, and I'm so flipping out about this because this doesn't come out until January 4th. They just happen to like have a copy out early, and this is one of my most anticipated books of 2022. I love Morgan Rhodes. She wrote the, is it Fallen Kingdom series, and I really enjoyed all of those. The naked hardback is just black with gold, and I can't wait to pick this up. I honestly, God, don't know what this is about, but the little blurb says Forbidden Magic, Dark Secrets, Tangled Destinies. The next 2 I got used, but they're in like basically new condition, so I'm really excited about that. The first one is House of the Suns. I don't know what this is about, let's be real. I bought it because I've been wanting to pick up an Alastair Reynolds book because he writes a ton of sci-fi, and I didn't really know where to start, but this was a standalone, and a lot of his other books are series, so I thought this would be a really good place to start, plus I got it used for a good price. And then the final book I got is The Skull Throne, which is the 4th book in the Peter B. Vrent The Warded Man series. No, I have not read The Warded Man. No, I don't own any other books in this series, but I did buy The Desert Prince, which is also by Peter V. Brett, and I realized I wanted to buy the rest of his books in hardback, so I got this one because I found it for really cheap. That was my haul. Really good. I'm glad I didn't like go ridiculously crazy, and all of those are books that like I'm super excited to be reading, even if I don't know what they're about. Since I last talked to you, I have finished 2 books. So last night I stayed up really late after my trip and I finished Only Ashes Remain, which I loved. I rated it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I've talked briefly about it in this video already. I really can't go in depth with anything else, but it was just fantastic and I'm loving it. I can't wait to read book 3. It'll probably not be until like February. Then I also finished up The Eye of the World by Robert Jordan. Fantastic. I loved it. I'm so glad I finished it in time. I wanted to finish it today. I had to really push through and I've been like hardcore reading this book for the past 3 days. 3 days ago when I woke up, I was only on page 130 and there's 800 pages. So I have been really trying to knock this book out. I really loved the characters. They were all great. And I'm so excited to see where they're going next. And I think that this one really opened up the world into being this like fantastic place that I'm super excited to learn more about the future in future books. So I will be reading The Great Hunt in February, maybe end of January, but definitely in February. So if you want to know more about my experience with Wheel of Time, I'm going to be reading it this entire year, so stay tuned. But this one I rated a 4 out of 5 stars. I really loved the ending. I will say though that the majority of the plot is our main characters just kind of walking places or riding horses places. My favorite character is Perrin. I love him so much. My second favorite character is Lan. And then I love all of the women pretty equally for 3rd place. I don't think I could pick one. But that was one thing that was like really standing out to me in this book, was how important women were to the society and how important women were to magic, and how a lot of them were treated as warriors along with being wives or women or mothers or whatever else they were. I wouldn't necessarily say like it's a feminist piece of literature, but for when it was written, and even for nowadays, it's doing so much more for women in fantasy than a lot of books I have read. I really appreciated that and I really enjoyed it. I mean, there were 3 women in the main cast of characters, and that's like just not heard of a lot of times. I can name countless books that have been written in the past 10 years that don't have that. That's how my days have been going. It is December 31st. I don't think I mentioned that. It's Friday, December 31st. So I have 2 more days left on my break. Tonight I'm going over to my parents' house, and I believe that either tonight or tomorrow is going to be my last day vlogging. I think this video is plenty long enough, so I am going to get my shoes on, go over to my parents' house to celebrate New Year's Eve, and I am just gonna close out the video here. I did manage to read my manga with my friend and we had so much fun doing it. I rated it 3 stars. I'll talk about it in my wrap up. I managed to get 165 books read this year, which I am super happy about. It is less than last year, which was my goal. And I will be having a stats video coming out shortly talking about all the books I read, not all the books I read, but talking about like what kind of books I read this year and whether or not I'm happy with how this year went and all of that stuff. So stay tuned for that. I'm so glad that I decided to vlog these past 2 weeks with you all, and I will be going back to weekly vlogs starting next week. I hope you enjoyed this super long 2-week-long vlog. Give me a like if you enjoyed it. Your appreciation means so much to me. And let me know down below how your year of reading went. This vlog was chaotic. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. I don't remember how my outro goes, but until next time, I'll talk to you in the comments. Bye.